Hello and welcome to the Creatively Challenged podcast, where we talk entertainment news and random topics we bring to this $34 card table. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Nolan, and I'm here with my friend Mike Stuglis. How are you doing today?
You all right, Dan?
No.
Dan's
All right,
giggling over there.
We missed last week, by the way, because fucking Mike was sick.
Yeah, I had 104-degree fever for 6 days. We weren't able to do our bracket, but we're going to do that around the NBA playoffs now, it seems. Our villain bracket, but...
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor, says Doc Holliday. But good to be back now, just getting through the sickness and congestion. And guys, it's good to be back.
Yeah, we're recording right now under some really stupid circumstances. We had a whole episode done, and it all got fucked up. And so we're here doing another episode. And you guys ready to launch into this?
Hold on, Dan, what's your quote?
Oh, yeah, what's up? What's the quote?
Hiya, Georgie.
That's a quote from It. We have a story about that coming up on the news. Mike, why don't you take us into the first story?
Yeah, so the first trailer for Stephen King's adapted, Dan was telling me it's a book now.
Second time
Second time It has been adapted
to a film.
And I thought this trailer was actually very good. Pennywise looked super fucking creepy. The kids all looked believable. The atmosphere looked really good. And the director of the movie Mama is doing it. I didn't see Mama.
Oh, I went and saw Mama on a date.
Was it good?
Well, actually, the date didn't turn out well, but Mama was okay.
Mama was okay?
Yeah. Mama was
Too
creepy.
bad.
Yeah, no, that's good. But yeah, I bought this trailer. Ryan, did you buy it?
I didn't purchase it, but I enjoyed the trailer a lot. It seemed like they're going for a kind of Stranger Things sort of aesthetic, and I really enjoy it. It seems to be like it's driven through the kids, and I'm excited to see how they face a big old scary clown.
Kids.
Kids.
Kids?
Kids.
And let's address the inside joke.
We've all known each other since we were kids.
What?
Ryan, you're not in on the kids joke.
No, I don't
kids
know
is
this.
something Dan used to do in football when we would all be talking to each other, and Dan would just walk up and kind of just point with his finger to everyone and just say, kids. as if shortening we've known each other since we were kids by just saying kids.
Okay, I didn't know that at all.
I was doing it earlier.
Not relatable to the movie It.
No.
But there are kids in It that are going to get eaten by a clown.
Dan, you like the trailer?
Yeah, no, I really love the trailer. Stephen King is my second favorite author, beneath J.K. Rowling, obviously, the great author of the Harry Potter series. But I've read a good amount of Stephen King's work, and the first adapted It, the television movie, was awesome in the 90s, but it didn't really get to be all... I mean, it was really creepy. Tim Curry's performance as Pennywise was incredibly...
It gets ragged on for not being like gory, like the book is. you know?
Well, yeah. But Tim Curry's performance was great as the original Pennywise. But the movie, since it was a two-part television film, it couldn't get as like crazy, gory, scary as the book is. And there's kind of a good amount left out of that film that should be inserted into this new one, which I assume is going to be rated R, since it's going to be wide release and theatrical rather than a television movie. It should get an R rating. A sink bleeds. There's a lot of blood and gore, and it's really fucking creepy. It's Stephen King's It, for Christ's sake. So, you know, I'm just rooting for it. I hope they don't fuck it up. And it looks creepy so far. I'm excited for it. So we'll just see how it goes when it comes out.
Quick side note, do you guys know that the guy who played It, Tim Curry, is like paralyzed now? He like can't work anymore.
I did not know he was paralyzed.
I forget if it was an accident or some sort of disorder, but he's like been slipping into total paralysis, and he like can't work
Does
anymore.
he have
He's done.
what the Parkinson's or MS or something like that?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you, but it's some sort of degenerative neurological disorder.
God.
If I'm remembering
I didn't
correctly,
know
so
that.
he can't act
That's
anymore.
so
And it's a shame.
He's
'cause
he's the concierge in Home Alone
yeah,
2.
yeah.
He's in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's
He's-
the guy. He's the main character.
He's just that guy. You
Yeah,
know,
he's
from-
great.
From that one movie.
He was runner up to play Joker at one point.
He would have been great.
Yeah, he would have been.
Yeah.
Well,
God damn.
That's a
God
shame.
damn, that's sad. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
no, I was gonna say that in the
That's a
first show
downer.
that we fucked up, but I forgot to. But now that we got our makeup
Yeah.
show here, it's all good.
I hope his chair is like a luxury chair.
Oh, definitely.
I hope it's like the throne in Game of Thrones.
It's probably
The Iron Throne is just rolling.
it's probably as nice as that
Rolling
one
around.
in Batman versus Superman, but it probably doesn't explode.
Probably
That
not.
was crazy, that part.
Yeah, bad movie.
Yeah.
Moving on. What's our next story, Dan?
Unrelated. All right. So our next piece of news is that Sylvester Stallone's character was revealed for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and he was announced to be Starhawk. Just some obscure comic book character that showed up in the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Marvel fucking space series or whatever. And, you know, a huge fan of Stallone's. You know, everybody fucking loves Rocky and Rambo. So I'm excited to see him go into this Disney Marvel universe where they haven't really, like, screwed up anybody's role yet. Benicio is the collector for like fucking 2 minutes.
That's what I said earlier.
And-
I bet it's a similar role
Yeah.
that Sly has.
In the first Guardians, Benicio del Toro's in it for like 2 minutes. So if Stallone plays a small part like that, or he plays a bigger part, then no matter what it is, the writing team at Disney and Marvel have done a great job so far with all their movies. So I trust them with this. What do you guys think?
Do you guys think that? I mean, yeah, obviously, I buy it. I love Sylvester Stallone. Do you guys think he will be an alien with the voice of Sylvester Stallone, or do you think he will literally play a human?
I hope he plays a Vietnam veteran that kind of gets into a rundown with the police, and he just kind of has to fend for himself against the police, maybe the Guardians themselves, in the
You just described
in
the plot of Rambo.
Oregon wilderness.
You just described Rambo.
Well, it's Guardians 2 would be very good if they just did that. If they just were.
I don't think it would connect very well.
In Oregon.
In
It'd be
Oregon,
terrible.
Peter Quill goes back to Oregon
Yeah,
to
no.
fight Rambo.
I don't buy that one bit.
No.
Well, it wouldn't be Rambo because his character's name is Starhawk and not John Rambo. So,
Fair point.
Yeah, so it'd be a different.
So they're
movie.
gonna retitle it Starhawk.
It'd be a different movie.
Okay.
No, they're not retitling anything. I'm just saying this
Oh.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Stallone goes out. Well, Stallone just kind of has a disagreement with let's say Peter Quill, and then he goes out into the wilderness and has to fend for himself.
All right.
And maybe he like hides in a wall of mud and strangles somebody.
I don't think so. Ryan, what do you think?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. That was First Blood Volume 2.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, what do you think?
I'm not too strongly passionate about it, but I think it's cool that he's in it. Like I'm not revved up, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I in the group we have here, I'm the comic book reader, and I would wager that most general comic book readers don't know who the hell Starhawk is. I don't know who he is. He's an obscure Marvel Cosmic Universe character who's not featured in many books. So I know nothing about him.
Let me ask you this: Were Yondu, played by Michael Rooker, and Nebula, are they obscure characters, or are they actually big hitters in the Guardians?
In
comics?
Guardians lore, they're big in one of the runs from 2008. I didn't read it, but I know they're actually featured on the team. And Yondu is in a Guardians kind of spin-off book in recent continuity, but they're not featured at all in recent comics. Neither is Starhawk.
That's why I wonder if it's going to be a similar situation, because Yondu is a pretty important character in the first movie, and he will be in the second movie.
Well, what they usually do in comics when a superhero movie comes out is that they'll relaunch the title to a new number one, or they might have an arc with a character who's featured in the movie just to kind of jut up popularity. Like with the new Iron Fist show coming out, they just relaunched Iron Fist into a new number one with a new team on it and stuff like that. So they kind of market it around the TV and movies.
Gotcha.
It's kind of interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Anything else on Stallone here?
That's all I got on Sly.
All right.
Rambo's a good movie.
It is. Go see Rambo. It's good, everybody. Except for the one in Afghanistan. It's kind of weird.
Rambo 3?
Yeah. I don't.
It's okay.
Yeah. It's watchable.
Have you seen John Rambo, like the newest one?
I
Yeah.
heard it's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's great. Our next story is a bit of a passion piece for me. This is about a newer movie called Man Down. It stars Shia LaBeouf, Jai Courtney, and Gary Oldman. And I want to talk about Man Down because recently a lot of online entertainment journalism sites have been talking shit about this movie. They're making fun of how it only sold roughly 3 tickets in the UK, and people are bagging on this movie and has a horrible reputation now because of these clickbait sort of journalists are just writing something and they don't have half the story. So let me explain. This movie, Man Down, is a direct-to-DVD movie, but through some sort of weird studio obligation, they had to do a theatrical showing for it. And so they had one theater in the UK that had one time on one day to show Man Down, and they sold roughly 3 tickets. And so they fulfilled their obligations. It's going to direct-to-DVD, maybe because it was bad. We don't know. But these...
When was it released?
It said on the internet it was 2015, but they might have made it then,
Yeah,
and then did
that's
the
what I
theatrical release recently.
That's what
and
I'd
so,
assume.
So if it was like in 2016, there were so many good movies out, and only if you're like a passionate, really incredibly passionate moviegoer where you show up to the theater not knowing what you're going to see, you wouldn't just buy tickets to a movie you've never heard of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so what I'm trying to say about this is that there's been this huge amount of unfair articles online that have been bagging it without pointing out that it's a direct-to-DVD movie and they did this to fulfill an obligation. They're instead saying this movie's bombing, this is horrible, Shia LaBeouf's an idiot, kind of stuff like that in the same vein, not directly saying it. But it's unfair. It's not giving us the other half of the story, and I just hate how there's more and more articles like this. If the overwhelming majority is loud enough about hating someone in Hollywood, then everyone gets on the bandwagon, and I'm not happy about how that's a thing. So I wanted to open this into a dialogue about what you guys think.
Yeah, whether you like or dislike Shia LaBeouf, which personally I really like Shia LaBeouf, people need to get over this hysteria that he's this. I mean, he's out there, 100%.
Yeah.
But people need to get over this hysteria that he's just this dipshit who doesn't know what he's doing, because people are going to attack him no matter what, which I think is bullshit, bad journalism, which is continuously growing. But like, what do you expect if he's not going to get all these studio pictures and stuff too for being hard to work with and everything? Like, what do you expect him to do? So he's doing a straight to DVD movie and he's getting attacked no matter what. And it just seems like whatever he does, he's getting made into an idiot for, even if people don't know the whole story. And I'm just kind of getting irritated with all this modern day journalism where people aren't even seeing movies, especially in the film industry. People aren't even seeing movies and calling them bad. Some people, you know what's also annoying is you can literally a year in advance, you can look at the cast, director, and writer for a movie and in advance be like, this is going to be well reviewed. Maybe it's because the people working on it, but it's just kind of, people make up their minds in the film industry and entertainment so quickly before they even see something, and it's just kind of irritating. And I think people need to start giving Shia a little bit of a break, because he was a child star and he fucked up, and now it just seems like people are feeding into this hysteria that he's like super crazy and like that he's an idiot, which he's not. So, I mean, that's kind of my feeling.
Yeah, Dan, what do you think?
Well, you're talking about a guy who just did a film called Fury, and he worked with an actor, Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt said that Shia LaBeouf was the best actor he's ever worked with. And Brad Pitt, with the power he's got in Hollywood, with the amount of films he's worked on, with the actors he's worked with, to say something like that, I don't think you just say that. And so it's just not fair. It really isn't, for a film like this, a very small film, obviously, to kind of get the poor reception it's got from 3 people and internet trolls who claim to be journalists to kind of kill down a movie before a wide mass audience gets to see it.
Yeah.
And so it's just a shame, you know. And I mean, the whole I'm not famous anymore, the whole, you know, screwy things that happen with Shia LaBeouf, those are a shame too. I mean, like Mike said, he was a childhood star, and we kind of know from childhood stars that a lot of the times they kind of aren't raised right. And it's not their fault. It's just they're raised through stardom, and it's kind of a shame that a lot of them have these kind of breakdowns like this, you know? And so Shia LaBeouf, from Brad Pitt, saying that he's the most talented actor he's ever worked with, and he does a film like this with Gary Oldman and Jai Courtney. Love them both. It's just a shame that modern journalism, and, you know, it's just funny because I'm going to be a journalist, but I've kind of realized this since I've actually begun my studies. Or began, sorry, jeez. I'm tired. That modern journalists are fucking assholes, you know? Like, journalism isn't about, like, you know, like the process anymore. It's not about getting everything out there. It's about getting what you can out there as quickly as possible, it seems like. And it's just a damn shame because people judge things before they see them, and that seems to be the case here, and it just really pisses me off. But I'm not going to go on a huge rant, and that's just kind of how I feel about this whole Man Down situation.
Also, to add to it, Jai Courtney, who I personally think is an okay actor, but he is well known. He's also another guy Shia is kind of knocked for being an idiot and hard to work with, which is unfair. Jai Courtney is cast and stuff all the time, and people on the internet jump on it and just hate. And it's like, well, you haven't seen anything. Like, I saw people, I was like, oh, he was actually good in Suicide Squad. Even though the movie wasn't good, like, Jai Courtney was one of the better parts. And people are like, no fucking way, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, like, listen, the guy's maybe not the best actor out there, but it contributes more to this idea that people are judging even before seeing things.
Yeah, and they get on the bandwagon for it. Yeah. But that's all I got on that. So what's our next story here?
The next story is one 40 years in the making. This is a big year here. It's awesome that this is a thing. But Star Wars Celebration is next week. And Star Wars Celebration is basically Comic-Con, but just for Star Wars. It's where the movies, television shows, books, video games, anything Star Wars comes together and announces future works, talks to fans. There's huge like lightsaber battle reenactments, just autographs. It's a huge to do. And this year is very special, unlike others, because Star Wars is going to be 40 years old. Of course, the original Star Wars, now titled Episode 4, A New Hope, was released in May of 1977. And, you know, a lot of huge buzz coming out early on about Star Wars Celebration. Mark Hamill is going to be there. Him and the late Carrie Fisher are going to be receiving awards from Disney. And Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin Skywalker in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones, and Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, is going to be making his first appearance since 2002 at Star Wars Celebration. So there's a lot to kind of be excited about, and I kind of wanted to ask you guys, what are you guys excited about headed in Star Wars Celebration?
I want to get I think it's pretty much guaranteed we are going to get an Episode 8 Last Jedi trailer, and nothing more needs to be said. Everyone's hyped about that. I'm hyped about it. Let's see it. I do want an announcement for their movie slated in 2020, which is supposed to be another anthology movie. I do want to hear that Ewan McGregor will be back as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Obi-Wan movie. I think that would be fantastic. The biggest nerd in me wants them to do an Old Republic movie, but I don't think we're going to get that. I think we are years away from that. But the thing I really want to hear is I've actually I'm surprised how much I enjoy Star Wars Rebels, the animated show. And last year, the big news came out that Thrawn was going to be in season 3, and season 3 just ended, and they did Thrawn right. I mean,
Who is Thrawn? I don't
Thrawn
know.
is he is a character from the. He had books,
Yeah. Okay, in the expanded universe.
and the expanded universe, and he wasn't. It was all made mythos and shit when it wasn't canon when they started making new stuff and Disney bought it, and they tweaked the character a little bit, but in Star Wars Rebels takes place before Rogue One, before Episode 4. They made Thrawn into a Imperial military guy,
Okay.
and he like runs the military, and he's in charge for destroying the rebellion, and he's in the show, and that's his role in the show, is kind of like a general Imperial. And if you don't know what he looks like, he has blue skin and red eyes, and he wears in Rogue One how Krennic has the white outfit.
Big old cape.
He doesn't have a
He
cape.
doesn't have a
No,
cape.
that's too bad.
Yeah.
No, Thrawn doesn't have a cape, but he has his own white outfit.
I
He has
gotcha,
these
yeah.
yellow straps on the side. He's fucking awesome, and they did him justice he's one of the most beloved extended universe characters, and they did him justice in the show by tweaking him a little bit. But yeah, they brought him in. I want them to bring in Cad Bane, who is a bounty hunter from the Clone Wars animated show. He is essentially a cowboy. He's an alien, but he's essentially a cowboy bounty hunter.
That's cool.
And he's so fucking cool. He has this really like you can't replicate his voice.
No, he talks like a smoker who has a hole in their throat, and they have to
If
put
Bane was more clear, I would
yeah,
say.
and they have to like put those little microphones up to their throat, and they sound like this.
Yeah, that is how he talks, and he.
But it's like more badass than that. It's a very hard voice to replicate.
Yeah, and he doesn't die in the animated Clone Wars show, so I want them to say in Rebels that he's either coming into the show to some capacity or Boba Fett. I think they can do something with Boba Fett going after the Rebels and maybe extending his storylines a little bit, because this Rebels show has actually been somewhat of a surprise. It's not just for kids. It actually has some fun, gripping stories in it. But yeah, that's what I want out of Celebration.
Well, as a casual Star Wars fan, I'm not really following this too much, and I don't have too heavy of expectations for it. But when you were explaining this to me, Dan, about how Hayden Christensen's coming back, I actually sort of like lit up. I'm like, oh my god, that's like good for him. He's coming back. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Just see him. I mean, he was basically like blackballed in Hollywood after Star Wars because people thought he was horrible, when it was really a lot of complications with the set, and even like Natalie Portman looked bad in that movie, and she's a brilliant actress. So just to see him back, I think the fans are going to welcome him with open arms. I mean, if I'm excited about it, I would hope everyone else is.
Knowing he's still alive and well.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Leo was a possibility to play Anakin Skywalker. Can you imagine how different
DiCaprio?
Hollywood
Leonardo
would look?
DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Oh.
If Leo DiCaprio took that role, let's assume he does bad. He probably wouldn't have, but let's assume he does bad. How different their careers could have been, maybe, or something like that. Like Leo DiCaprio could have been a butt joke in Hollywood.
Hayden Christensen in The Wolf of Wall Street or in The Departed. Like, imagine that.
I can't.
No. Well, I don't know. We can't say because that didn't happen. But Ryan, are you excited about anything else?
Do you want to see Hayden Christensen return in a movie capacity?
in the movies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see them give it a shot. I mean, it seems like they're opening all the avenues for storytelling in this. But actually, if I am gonna think about a movie I'd like to see, there are thousands of years of lore in the Star Wars universe. In the expanded universe, they got really into it, but then they made it non-canon, which just means it doesn't count anymore in the Star Wars stories. And there is so much history with the Jedi Knights. If you go way back,
Yes.
there's some really cool lore, and I want to see something that's almost like a fantasy movie, like a Lord of the Rings type movie in the Star Wars setting with Jedi Knights. Like, I know it's not exactly like Lord of the Rings, but I want to see them go way back and tell an old fantasy story. That
That's
would be
why I
amazing.
said Old Republic. The Old Republic is when there was X amount of Jedis and X
Okay.
amount of Sith, and it tells the story of how the Sith came to know the rule of 2.
Okay.
And I would love to see that story told.
So is that the same kind of era that we're thinking?
Yes.
Okay, then
Yes.
I agree with you, Mike.
Yeah.
What I kind of want out of Star Wars Celebration, other than Hayden Christensen, I think this appearance it could just be like a special, like it's Star Wars 40th anniversary and I'm here.
We'll see what kind of shape he's in too.
Yeah.
If he's beefed up a little bit, it probably
Then
gonna make an
yeah.
appearance, I would think.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for a Force Ghost appearance by Anakin Skywalker in The Last Jedi or Episode 9. I'm also hoping for the same thing with Yoda and Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. I'd love to see an Obi-Wan film with Ewan McGregor. I want to see a Last Jedi trailer. I think that's the biggest thing that could come out of this. I want to see Dave Filoni, the creator of Star Wars Rebels, kind of discuss season 4 for Rebels, see what's coming forward in that. But then, I also just want to see, I think this is a bigger thing of mine, a bigger want of mine, is the second Battlefront game is releasing this winter. And it's rumored to have all 3 eras of Star Wars, the original trilogy, the prequels, and now the sequels are all rumored to appear in this game. So it's just going to be a huge Star Wars, like, fun Battlefront fest. And I really hope to see a trailer or a game update to see what's going on there and to kind of confirm rumors. But I guess a lot is all I want out of it is to confirm rumors. I mean, Star Wars is a great thing.
Can you imagine how badass a trailer they could put together of, like, they show this first person footage of Battlefront in this gameplay, and then it ends with, like, Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker walking towards each other and, like, drawing lightsabers or something cool.
That would be so
just to, like,
cool.
tease it, be like, this is happening. We are doing multiple universes. I think that would be a great way to do it.
And then, like, Rey comes up and they're all holding the same lightsaber because they all wield that blue lightsaber.
Well, they'd have to. That would be a spoiler for Last Jedi if they did that, right?
No, I'm just saying, like, from the 3 different eras. But I guess, if their plan is that Rey is a Skywalker, then that might fuck it up. Like that would almost be saying, like, basically she's
That's
a
what
Skywalker.
I was saying. But if you did have her walking up, I could see how that would be cool.
Yeah. Or maybe just Finn with the lightsaber.
Or you have like Maul walk up, Vader walk up, and Kylo walk up, and they all draw their lightsabers.
That'd be cool.
I'd buy that. Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be a big fest, and unfortunately, I won't be here on the podcast next week to kind of live talk about it. Going to a wedding out in Washington, D.C. Congratulations to my cousin Will. But you guys will be covering that, and I surely will be texting you with what's going on. But Star Wars is a great thing. Happy 40th anniversary. It's one of my favorite things ever, and I'm just glad it's a thing,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last bit of news, Ryan.
Our next story is about a $900 million lawsuit facing Warner Brothers, the movie studio. If you haven't heard of it, they're pretty big deal here.
Large.
And so what's happening is about the Conjuring film series. That's a series that started in 2013. It is based off of the story of this couple who they're paranormal investigators.
Yes.
Is that correct? Of all things supernatural. And these movies are based off of some of their stories. However, I want to say in the late 80s, I don't have the exact date, an author made a fictional book in the same vein of the Conjuring movies with these people named the Warrens. And he had a contract signed with them saying that anyone else who wants to make a book or any other sort of film about these stories about the Warrens, they have to go through him. And then in 1997, Warner Brothers bought the rights to make movies off of the Warrens, not knowing about this guy. And then in 2013, they made the first movie. And since then, they've been in these legal battles with the legal team that this author has. And now, when they were debating things, Warner Brothers made one statement that ruined this for them. They said, we're not basing these off of your book. We're basing them off of the historical accounts, these historical facts. And that's where they fucked up, because now the author's legal team has them screwed here because they're saying it's fact. But the thing is, they're about ghosts. So now Warner Brothers has a choice. This is literally what it's come to here, is that they either have to pay this $900 million settlement, or they have to prove that ghosts exist. And so they're in a bit of a cinch here. You know, I don't think a movie studio is going to have to do anything.
They're gonna have to fork up $900 million.
Yeah, they're kind of screwed
Is
here.
what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And you know, as we discussed earlier, the Conjuring movies are still gonna be made. I'm sure they're gonna keep pumping out money. But this guy is totally in the right. If the Warrens made this deal with him, it is his right to do this. I think he's reaching for the stars a little bit for $900 million. But I'd be very impressed if Warner Brothers was able to prove this.
Yeah, Dan, what do you think?
Well, you know, I mean, Warner Brothers is a huge corporation, and you know, it's a shame of what they've gotten into. I don't really know whose fault it is. Lawsuits are not good things, but you know, I mean, I'm no skeptic of ghosts. I do believe in ghosts. I believe in the afterlife, but you know, I mean, there are ghost hunting teams. There are people who have experienced very paranormal things, and there is documentation of these strange, unexplainable things happening. But we can't 100% say that ghosts are real. You know, I don't know if anybody can. And Warner Brothers certainly doesn't want to get themselves in that hole. $900 million is a lot of money, and that's a hole itself. But if you put resources into 100%, not even saying, well, look, we'll get this paranormal evidence that the Ghost Adventures guys do on Travel Channel, you know, saying like they basically have to get more than the Ghost Adventures guys or whatever other paranormal hunters to prove that ghosts 100% exist.
Well, I don't even think it's that too. I think it's also, from how Ryan explained it, is they're like, you have to prove these stories the Warrens told.
It's not a court order. This is just what they would have to do to win it. It hasn't been like said by Warner Brothers, we're going to prove the ghosts are real. This is just the situation is that they have to fork up $900 million, or they would basically have to prove that ghosts are real. And so I just thought it was an interesting story.
Do you think they'd have to prove ghosts are... Well, okay, they're not going to prove ghosts are real. Let's get that out of the way.
No.
But do you think they'd have to, if they were, do you think they would have to try to attempt to prove ghosts are real now, or the Warren stories are real?
Ooh, that's
because if it's the Warren stories,
well, the
it's
Warrens
a different
have,
conversation.
The Warrens
they have
documentation. Documentation of demonic possessions of people and accounts of those. So, but would using the Warrens' evidence be doing exactly what they're not supposed to do?
I don't know, but this is all sort of that legal jargon where they might be able to get out of this and pull that. So that's actually a really smart way to think about this. I'm not sure.
Should we be working for Warner Brothers?
I don't know. I'd
Something
like
tells me they've considered all options if it's $900 million.
Well, it's easy to sue them, so maybe we could get on some.
Dude,
some
Warner
lawyer money.
Brothers has that fucking money. Dude, Warner Brothers has Batman. They have Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Like, you know how much shit they have? Like, $900 million, I feel like, is chump change for them.
I mean, it's a big sum, but you're right, probably, yeah.
Gonna hurt their quarterly average.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, it's a shitty lawsuit, and I feel for that author guy, but, you know, he's probably like fucking old.
Well, he deserves royalties, is what he deserves. If he was given that deal, that's all he's given deserves.
Yeah, I'm just. It's kind of surprising that you said the Warrens are dead, Mike.
I don't know.
Okay.
We were talking about that earlier.
He should have went at the Warrens, but he's going where the money is, so he's obviously pretty greedy for some cash here.
I also think he's probably terrified to go after the Warrens.
Yeah, they'll send some ghosts after him. Yeah.
Ed Warren is dead. Lorraine is not.
Okay, gotcha. How old is she?
She was born in 1927, so she's
80
she's
something,
90.
right? 90
She'll be 90. She turned 90 on January 31st.
Holy shit! Well, yeah, can't see that.
I suggest you check those out, Ryan. But not Annabelle, but I know you're not a scary movie guy, but the first two Conjurings are good movies. Those are what opened me up to the horror genre, actually. The first one.
Well, and they are kind of based on actual hauntings. The Warrens are the ones who investigated the Amityville horror, if you've ever heard of that. These Conjuring films kind of show other investigations, but I mean, demonic shit's fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck with demons. You know, like, whether ghosts are real or not, I really feel like there are fucking, like, evil things in this planet, whether they're paranormal or not. Evil is a real thing, and, like, they have taped...
The Warrens day to day went around and fucked with that shit.
They have taped evidence of a little girl speaking with an old man's voice, and that paranormal investigation is the plot point in The Conjuring 2. And it's very creepy, and during the end credits they show and they play that recording, and it's terrifying.
Yeah, they do the scene in the movie, and then they play the recording after.
Yeah.
It's like, I gotta go home.
I mean, whether or not you think it's real, like you could definitely say that shit's scary, and it's scary to everybody, you know.
Yeah.
So, it's just a weird lawsuit. It's really interesting what's happening, and I would love it if Warner Brothers got some liquid cash and then proved that ghosts are real. That'd be really great. But moving into our next topic here, we're going to talk about would you rathers. We're just going to list off some would you rathers and kind of just talk about the implications and all that.
Because of the implications.
May I take the lead?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to start us off with the first one here. Okay. Would you rather poop in the only toilet at a party, knowing that you'll clog it, or poop in the bushes in the backyard at that same party?
Toilet.
But you'll be that guy, you know?
That could be made into a joke,
Is
though.
the party at day or night?
Okay, let's say nighttime.
I'd be pooping in the bushes.
Pooping in the bush? Well,
I'd like make sure I have like.
Do you have to wipe your ass, do you think?
That's what I'm saying. Like toilet paper. I'd bring toilet paper or paper towels or something with me out to the bushes. Like I'd just say I have to run out to the car and grab something, and I'd go and do that.
I would just feel bad for the hosts, like the next day if they're cleaning up or something, and then they go and find a human-sized.
see, if I
shit.
clog it, I can fix that
You go
shit,
into the
though.
neighbor's yard.
Ah.
But like, why? Like, why do they not have a plunger right there in that bathroom?
In this given situation, there's no way of doing it. You have to talk to the host. And be like,
you
hey,
clog it, and you're like, hey,
you're clogging it, and
you're
you
like,
got
I
to be the
clogged the
clog guy.
toilet.
Like I'd put a big dump in your toilet, buddy. You got to help me out of
bushes.
this. Bushes.
If it's that case, it's
Bushes.
bushes.
I'm gonna own up to my mistakes. I'd rather have the comfort of a toilet and just be like, hey, bud, I took a big shit.
You could also say you clogged it, and then like be that guy at the party, and everyone's like, "This guy clogged the fucking toilet."
Or you could take. You don't tell anybody. You could take the shit
Out of the toilet?
and say somebody else clogged.
Well, Ryan made
Say
it
you-
known that you have to own it.
Oh. Well, then I'm fucking shitting in the bushes. What are we talking about?
All right. All right. Well, that's an interesting
Grizzly
one.
bear.
Dan, you had one for us. What's yours?
Yeah. Mine's fucking terrible. All right. Would you rather be current Michael J. Fox as a professional waiter or have sex with Brie Larson's head on Alan Tudyk's body?
Is there a gun in the room? Oh my god.
No.
Wait. Alan Tudyk, Rogue One, K2SO.
No,
Is it robot?
Alan Tudyk in Dodgeball as Steve the Pirate.
Okay, I would definitely do Michael J. Fox as a waiter because
Yeah.
that'd be hilarious, and you get those mercy tips of people just being like, "Oh, this is so petty."
No, you wouldn't get tips because you're spilling shit all over
Oh,
the place.
I guess it'd just be like a fuck it thing. I don't care.
I feel
Michael
like
J. Fox.
you can get some
going with
sympathy
that.
points. Yeah, I'll do the Michael J. Fox. That's horrible.
I told you I didn't have any thought up.
That is horrible.
We just said we were going to do this would you rather thing, and I kind of thought dark. I said it was going to be dark, so,
All right.
that's what you get.
The next one I've got here. Given that you have the same level intelligence that you have right now, would you rather be the smartest person in the world or the stupidest person in the world? So think about that. If you have the current intelligence that you have now, but you're considered the smartest person in the world, everyone is below you and dumber. Or if you're the stupidest person in the world, you are the shittiest level of intelligence, and everyone above you is a goddamn genius, basically. What do you guys think?
I'd rather be the smartest person in the world.
Right?
But then isn't the world worse off then? You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was kind of thinking. I'm like, well,
I don't know. I'm a pretty smart guy. I'm a wise.
Maybe I have no self-esteem.
I'm a wise guy. You know.
Okay.
I think I think that'd be okay. I mean, my college education is incomplete, and I don't know a lot about like fixing shit. But I mean, I know a lot about writing. I know a lot about human emotions. I know a lot about Star Wars. I know a lot about Harry Potter.
well,
I know a lot about HDMI cords.
so I don't think that has to do with intelligence.
You'd be surprised. These fucking old people
to
they don't know.
benefit society. I know there's Dan's smarter than I am. I know there's people who are smarter than me. I would rather be the stupidest because I think society would just be better off.
Yeah. And then we'd think about how smart everyone would be. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
and I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, you'll probably be just some shitty janitor somewhere, but it's better off.
Oh
that
no,
way.
at that point I'm probably out of school and an alcoholic. I mean, I'll just put my
Do you know that you're the smartest person in the world, or do you wake up saying wow, everybody's dumb?
I guess you could know. Let's just say that.
Oh, well, because if you're the dumbest person on the planet, then I don't know if you'd want to know.
I would not want to know if I was the dumbest person.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of I mean, there's no bounds on this. It's kind of what you make of it. So if that's what you think, then that's what you think.
What would
and
you
could
do?
Choose. I would definitely be the stupidest person because I don't.
Because if
I
you
would
were
be
you were the dumbest, I feel like I just want to fucking put a bullet in my mouth.
maybe.
That's a good point. You
But
don't want to talk to an idiot.
I would be so worried if I was the smartest person in the world. I wouldn't trust myself.
Like
with
all
it.
eyes on me type of
Nobody
thing.
would want to talk to. See, I guess that's just different in personality.
It's no, I'm saying the world would be fucked. I forget my lunch a lot. There would be airplanes crashing into O'Hare Airport. It'd be a fucking
Yes,
mess.
society would be better off. I can't run it. I can't drive an airplane.
Because
or fly.
I can't fly an airplane, nobody else can.
That's the point. That's the point
Holy
of the question.
shit! I didn't even realize that.
That's
yeah,
the point of the
I guess
question.
that's one way of saying it. Yeah.
Oh, then I'd be fucking dumb. Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
yeah.
the I would
world
think
wouldn't
the
work.
world would go on, but people just have my general knowledge.
Yeah, that would be. Oh my god! Can you imagine? Nothing would get done. Well, I mean, some things, but society would crumble for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah, so dumb. What? That's such a one-sided answer.
I mean, it's
That
just
seems more
interesting
logical.
to think about.
It is interesting.
Sure.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, if you consider that.
if you're a selfish son of a bitch, then you'll be I want to be smartest.
Well, not everyone who would
No,
say
like-
smart. Everyone just has different reasons
Yeah.
why.
I just didn't think of all the options there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'd rather be the dumbest person on the planet. If that ends with me a bullet in my mouth, then that's what happened.
Would you would you rather be an underage illegal immigrant driving an ice cream truck and hit a guy juggling tennis balls while he's riding a unicycle, or be a guy juggling tennis balls while riding a unicycle and be hit by an underage illegal immigrant driving an ice cream truck?
I'd rather be the
Fuck,
immigrant.
I'd
and
rather
hit him.
be the fucking juggler, because then you sue that immigrant. Trump kicks his fucking ass
Oh
out of our
my
country.
god.
Dude, it'd be fucking great. So this
Well, you're not. I mean, you're probably not going to get insurance coverage on that because he's not legal.
Oh.
So that you're getting fucked there.
Yeah,
And you're on a
yeah,
unicycle,
yeah.
so your life already
so,
sucks.
No, so here's
I'd be the
thing.
immigrant and run.
I am in this hospital, right? I got a broken leg. This fucking foreigner. I get to watch on TV as fucking President Trump deports his ass.
Oh my god.
That'd be fantastic. So I'm going with the unicycle.
I'm gonna be the immigrant, hit him, and then I'll go on the lam.
Okay.
I'd say that. If you're on a unicycle, fucking juggling tennis balls, you deserve to get hit by a truck.
Yeah, wait. What am I doing juggling in the middle of the street?
I don't know. You're just a big idiot doing
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah,
All right, well, I'm still being that guy.
All right. That's fair.
you made it political. I didn't even think about that route when I
Well,
first heard.
he's the guy deporting people. Who else is deporting people right now?
Going into a more practical would you rather.
All right, let's hear it.
Would you rather be able to copy and paste in real life or undo? So copy paste, if you had $20, copy paste. If you had your anything, you could copy paste. If you liked a pair of underwear and you only wanted that pair of underwear, copy paste or undo. So if you said some stupid shit, you could say undo and it'd be awesome.
I feel like undo could be OP because you could just do one thing you didn't like, anything at any given time, and do it correctly. So I'm playing baseball, bottom line, 2 outs, I swing and a miss, strike 3, undo, hit a home run and win the game. I mean, that's kind of, you can do that in like every scenario. I feel like if you had a cap on the amount of undos, then it's a different question.
No. Let's not put too many bounds on these questions. I think that makes it too it gets a little too far into semantics. But the immediate implication I think of with the undo, Mike, is that would be a crutch for everything. You couldn't be confident with anything ever again. You know, you'd be like, oh, I gotta fucking undo this, and you might end up being stuck because you can't get a moment the way you want it if you kind of get into your head like that. Maybe it takes a certain temperament, but in the copy paste, like think you could get unlimited resources for anything, and so. I don't think you'd need to undo if you had enough like money to throw at something or enough things. You could copy paste your food. You'd never really have to worry about things, and you could kind of just live a life of leisure is the way I see it. Dan, what do you think? What'd you do?
That's a good point.
I don't know. I don't have many regrets on things, you know. I just kind of act, and you know, that doesn't mean I get disappointed about things when they don't go my way, you know, but I kind of like take my losses and keep going, you know, like keep moving forward is just like, you know, a thing I like to live by. So I don't like to undo anything because I think, you know, the bad experiences you have end up being great learning experiences. Copy and pasting, I just get anything I want in large quantities. Like, you'd never have to go to the store again. You buy something once, you never have to buy it again.
It'd be so good.
Actually, wait. Here we go. Here's the fucked up thing. You buy milk and duplicate it, it has the same expiration date.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you buy like Coke, it has the same expiration date. It'll get flat on the same day.
But then, I mean, think about if you bought a slice of pizza, and you cut paste, you get a whole pizza. You kind of like a discount of sorts. Yeah, it goes far, but that sucks.
There's positives and negatives to this whole thing.
Well, I could have a glass of milk and then undo the glass of milk and
out of your
have it
stomach.
again.
Well, and here's the thing with money. Here's the thing with money too. If the government gets a hold of you, you paid for $1 million worth of things with the same $20 bill.
Jesus Christ. Well, then you gotta limit it to items then, I guess, huh?
No. You can do it with money. I'm just saying, like the government asks what you're doing, and then you have to reveal your secret identity, and then you become an agent of the government to duplicate bombs, and then you bomb other countries, and then you are the cause of World War III, and you are the cause of the end of the world. Then you'd get to undo that if you chose the undo.
I'm going with undo.
Undo, I guess, could be maybe more useful because you can't undo a bad copy paste. Like, it could get really freaky if you copy and pasted a person.
Yeah.
What happens then? Who is the original?
You go crazy.
Yeah.
You go crazy. It's like that episode of Family Guy with Robin Williams.
That was a good one.
Where there's too many Robin Williams. Like everybody Peter touches is Robin Williams. Oh man, yeah, no. I think I'm still very strong against against the undo thing, you know.
It would get bad, you know.
Fondue.
I just say
a fondue button.
I just say the copy and paste, but you really have to be wise about it.
Yeah, you could use it for the little things like duplicating a Werther's original hard candy.
Like
that'd be awesome.
I was gonna say a chocolate bar.
Yeah, chocolate bar would be good. Moving into another one. Would you rather live in the wilderness far from civilization or live on the streets of a city as a homeless person?
Wilderness.
Wilderness?
That is not even a question.
It might be hard though, like just being like this. I'm saying like remote, far. If we're gonna put at least one bound on this, like you got to drive like 20, 25 miles to get to the grocery store to get your cans.
Yeah, remote.
You like that?
Yeah.
I guess you could be living off the land too. Be kind of neat.
That's closer to how I want to live anyway.
Being homeless would suck ass.
That
anyway.
would be awful.
Be all
In the
dirty.
city?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awful.
Garbage and shit. Dan, what
Although
do you
I know
think?
Dan's a city guy, so I don't know what he would choose.
I wouldn't want to be a fucking homeless guy. Like my city aspirations are to live in the city in a nice warm house or apartment.
Yeah.
Not to be, on Lower Wacker Drive. But I don't know. Like wilderness is cool. It kind of depends on the environment I'm in. I wouldn't want to be somewhere where it's fucking too hot. I wouldn't want to be somewhere where it's too cold. If I can get like the same fucking house that Henry David Thoreau was in, like I'd live there.
Though that story's called Walden, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just trying to remember that. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Although I feel like in the wilderness, it's easy to lose your mind.
Sorry, someone's in another room
Yeah, I
screaming
fucking hate
something. It would be, and it'd be hard to convince people to live with you. You're not gonna like. It'd be hard to get like a wife.
I don't know.
or
I
anything.
mean, yes, with the wife, but I feel like it could be like a cool hangout spot for you and your friends.
Yeah,
But
but
like guys come over for the weekend.
yeah, but
and
if you
hang.
ever meet a woman, nobody will be able to hear her screams.
wow.
I would definitely get like a mail order bride, and then keep her around with promise of riches. They'll stay.
I'd just get a normal wife.
Going the normal route.
Go in the normal
Didn't know
route.
that was an option.
Yeah. The wilderness is scary enough already.
I got another question here. It's a dumb one again about poop.
What's your fascination with the would you rather poop?
Because they're funny.
They're usually quite applicable because everyone poops and everyone
Come
has
on, let's hear
opinions.
this
Let's
shit.
hear it.
So, would you rather
I hear it.
would you rather get $5 every time you took a poop,
Yep.
or
Oh,
never have to poop ever again?
where would your consumed food go?
Let's assume the acids in your stomach just break them.
You're 100% efficient.
Yeah.
You never poop again. Or you get
Does that
$5
mean,
every
does that
time.
mean you don't gain body fat?
No, still all that shit happens still.
At an assumed rate that you pooped though. It's just you don't poop ever again, but your body acts as if it was regularly.
We're
pooping.
dealing with a magical force here. You eat if you eat a box of donuts for every meal a day, you're gonna get fat.
You're gonna get fat.
But you just don't poop out a box of donuts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You digest them. You digest.
I'm going with the $5.
That'd be kind of nice. Get you out of some jams. You could buy a box of donuts with that much.
I like pooping is a nuisance, but it's also something that I feel like you couldn't go your entire life without doing again. Just be like, man, I'd like to take a nice
Then you
shit
kind of
right
know
now.
how like people with like fucking Crohn's disease or whatever, don't they only shit like once a week?
I don't think so. I think it's different than that.
There is a disease like that though. Where
I think I'd go with the $5, like Dan said.
yeah, like
What about you, Ryan?
have a high fiber diet, just like poop like 3 times
Like
a day.
getting paid to poop?
Like 15.
I poop a lot.
That's like 15. That's like $15 a day, dude.
You poop 3 times a day, dude?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, like the doctors always ask you, like, do you poop at least once a day? Because that's like, like you're supposed to. You're supposed to be ridding waste. But really a normal, like, pooping schedule is like 3 times a day.
Oh,
Should be.
my body's messed up then.
Well, do you poop once a day?
Yeah.
Then you're healthy.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do one more here.
Okay.
The website you recommended for these is very good, Mike. This one comes from there.
We gotta do this another week. There's just so many of them.
There's a lot. It'd be a good recurring kind of theme. Would you rather be able to let me see here. Would you rather be able to rewind time for 60 minutes a day or freeze time for 60 minutes a day?
Freeze.
I because the rewind time kind of gets into the same vein of the undo button, where that might become a crutch. But freezing time would be awesome.
Freezing time. So you're
Extra
saying like
hour.
everyone around you is like frozen?
Yeah, you get
that would
extra
give
hour.
me time to get like petty shit done.
Yeah.
So I could be like more free to do stuff at night.
When you pause the hour and when people start and they wake up, is it the hour later and they were standing in the same spot for an hour and have no idea what happened?
Yeah.
No.
Wait. Like, just everything stops.
If you freeze it at 3:00, it'll resume an hour later, but at 3:00. It'll be 3:00 their time. Still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just lived
Oh,
in
you
a,
just get an hour to yourself.
you get an hour to
yes.
yourself. So,
Can they still like see?
No.
no.
Oh, okay.
No time.
When you rewind time, is it like Harry Potter Time Turner where there's two versions of you, or is it the same you doing the same thing over again?
Same you.
Yeah, let's do a linear time travel theory in that it is the same you. There are no alternate yous. Same universe. There is no splitting. You live in the timelines you create.
I think I'm still doing the freezing time.
It'd be nice just to get an extra hour. You could
you
could
can
nap
even
extra.
sleep more.
Yeah,
Can you
It's-
punch the frozen people?
yeah, I guess. Yeah, you could. You
And
could
they wake
move
up with a
around
headache.
The world. I definitely like pants someone I hate. There'd be all sorts of great ways to do things, but like there's just an opportunity to do anything you want.
Yeah, you go. The freezing time is definitely the better option.
If you didn't study for a test, you could freeze it for an hour and you get an extra hour to study.
or you can wait until somebody finishes, freeze it,
Wow.
take their answers.
You're a
You could
dirty man.
You could freeze time and just take the answer key.
You could freeze time and pants your professor.
I guess.
You could freeze time and
You could freeze time at the bar and think of that good pickup line.
Yeah.
or just
look-
to figure it out.
Or,
You're like, God, what's this one going?
and then,
Right?
and then
Ooh.
you say it. It's like
It's terrible.
It's like, what's a nice place like you doing in a girl like this? And you
You're
say,
like, oh, fuck.
know
and then you rewind time.
you know what I would do? I would have a business card that has my number on it, freeze time, put it in a beautiful woman's pocket, and then go up to her at the bar and be like, "Oh, hey, I think you got something in your pocket there." She takes it out.
That is
it's your
creepy.
number.
That's
And you go, "How you doing? I'm
and then
Ryan."
you say you're, and then you say you're a magician.
No girl's gonna buy that.
It'd be like
a magician.
It'd be like, what's your name? You'd be like the weird like David Blaine guy. Like, do you want to see some magic?
Remember when?
oh my god.
Remember in Family Guy when Peter's like, and there's my card? When he's underneath her dress.
I'll just stick that right.
Okay, that's actually a horrible idea. I gotta think of something else. We would be terrible at this.
Well, Jesus. Well, you could get that dark with any of these.
Yeah.
I guess.
So don't go sticking things in places.
Yeah, you're right. You could just say something nice to her. That'd be a good way
Her
to do it.
frozen face.
Nice.
Or like,
No,
face.
when you're out of it, I like your face.
Or she wakes up with a
Holy
drink.
Fuck, dude,
she
you
wakes
could
up with a
steal
drink.
so much beer.
Yeah. She wakes up with a drink in her hand and you're like,
Mike just pointed and clicked his fingers.
with a creepy smile.
Is that all we got on that question, or is there anything else?
Can we do one more, please?
Oh, if you're asking.
Yeah, let's just do one.
This
is
one's
the last
dirty.
one, though. Okay.
okay.
All right. Would you rather? Wait, why do you plug in your ears?
No, he's
Just taking crud out of it.
Oh, we all do it. Would you rather suck one dick for $50,000 or get $1,000 for every dick you suck?
I decline. Why'd you do this one?
This is an either or. You gotta pick one, Dan.
No, do it.
either way you're sucking dick.
I know it's not ideal.
All right.
You
I'm
want
gonna
another
make
one?
this note. I'm gonna make this note. Why would I wait $1,000 for every dick you suck, but one-time fee you suck a dick and it's $50,000? That seems like a no fucking brainer. Except you have to suck 50 dicks
Listen.
to get up to the 50,000. I'm not doing that.
Your sense of logistics is uncanny, Mike. But there's a denotation underneath this one. It says 4 straight males. I was like, oh, hey, that's what we are. Okay, I'll give you that. I don't want to suck 50 dicks. So I'm going to...
I'm gonna go with the.
We're all picking the one dick?
I'm gonna force
We're all
to pick
picking
the
Listen,
one
one
dick.
dick. But
So-
let's do another
Yeah,
one.
I was
God
go- I
damn
was
it,
just
I'm
gonna
not
say.
finishing on the dick sucking one.
I just did horrible on that one. Okay, this one's not about dicks, so don't worry, guys. Would you rather flip a coin if it meant you instantly receive $10 billion, or on tails you die instantly? So on heads you get $10 billion. That is a lot of Warner Brothers settlements. Or you die if it's on tails. So one is an amazing life,
Are
and
you
the other
saying
is
you
no
would?
life.
Are you saying you would do that? Is the
No,
option
it's-
would you?
It's
or-
would you? Oh, I guess would you? Okay, so I guess it's either or. The coin is irrelevant. This is a badly worded question. Would you rather? Wait. Okay? How about just would you flip a coin?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, that's what the question
Would
is.
I flip that coin?
Yeah.
No.
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 $10 billion though.
What's the worst?
Because money doesn't mean that much to me.
What's the worst you've ever lost on a coin flip?
No, it's what's the most
Oh,
you ever
sorry.
lost.
Is that No
on a
Country for
coin
Old Men?
toss. It's a good. It was a good time to use it.
Honestly,
I fucked it up though. I'd do it.
it'd be like if
Why the
you
hell
got
not?
it.
You know, like you write on my tombstone, was trying to win $10 billion.
Yeah.
You know,
Like he almost had it.
hey, he was a nice guy. You know, he tried to win $10 million or $10 billion, died.
Mike,
Doing
I
it.
mean, think about it like this. You know how many dicks you'd have to suck to get that in the last would you rather?
I'm not sucking any.
Stop talking about sucking dick, okay?
Okay.
Wait. Okay, before I flip this coin, do I get to say goodbye to my loved ones?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Just be like, hey, we're gonna get $10 billion.
What
or
is
not.
the death? Just like a heart attack? Done.
Yeah, sure.
No, you just
Painless.
You blow up.
you blow up. Yeah.
Is blowing up painful?
No.
No,
Okay.
it's
No.
instant. You just blow up.
Awesome.
No, it's painful for anybody who has to fucking watch that. Like, imagine me exploding.
Jesus.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, I'd watch it. I'd watch me explode.
I want to.
Happens after I eat Taco
Although
Bell.
you're gonna get up there,
Boom.
you're gonna get up there, and
Yeah.
God's gonna be like,
Get
that's greed. That's one of the 7 deadlies right there.
and he kicks me down to hell. Hey, I'm going to hell anyway. You know, I've got
Ryan,
a
what would you
reserved
do?
spot.
What I do? Oh, I do the coin immediately. I
Yeah.
think
You
It-
do the
and
coin.
I do
Fuck
the
the
coin.
coin.
You'd have sex.
No.
All right, we just got very childish, but you would
Yeah.
you would flip the coin?
This whole topic has been childish, but I would flip the coin, and I didn't even think about how you could say goodbye to loved ones. That's actually really considerate of you, Dan, and I would definitely do that. So yeah, immediately that'd be like $10 billion.
Well, you get
Or death.
or death, but
you get
you know, we're greedy people.
you get a couple of phone calls, you get some people in the audience, and you just say, guys, hey, I love you all. I've had a great life so far. I appreciate everything that you've done for me, but I'm trying to make all of our lives better by doing this. And if I fail, remember me for who I was.
Take a shot and flip the coin.
Take the shot, flip the coin.
yeah.
And I'm doing a shot of some fucking girly, fruity bomb. What's the fucking thing I drink at
Fun
Shiloh?
Dip.
The Fun Dip shot from Shiloh.
You guys want the fun dip shots? I'm not getting that.
All right. Well, anything else? Anything to add?
That's
Hey, let's hope this one didn't get fucked up.
Yeah, let's pray to God. Well, that is this week's podcast. Remember to rate and subscribe to us on iTunes. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. Throw us some likes if you can. Links will be provided in the description for that. Check us out on Twitter and Facebook as well. Again, the links in the description. Anything else? Any last minute words?
next week. Ryan, Dan will be gone, so he'll be at the wedding. We will be reviewing Fate of the Furious and possibly The Lost City of Z.
It'll be a good time.
Thanks for listening, guys. Help us out.
What
Catch
if
you in the next
God
episode.
was one of us?
Two episodes.
Just a slob like one of us. Blue, blue,